Hey everyone, it's Josh Vision. I'm here to give you my review of Vikings Season 5, Episode 7. Basically, this episode is entitled Full Moon, and a lot of important things happen in this episode. For one, we find out that Astrid is officially pregnant. Now, the question is, who's the father of the baby? Is it the guy who basically gave her, who basically gave the information that she wanted to, liked her to have in regards to their plan in the war with Ivar and her? You know, him or his men, or is a baby possibly King Harold Finehairs? That's going to be interesting to see how that goes along. Also, we find out that Bjorn is basically, I believe, betrothed, engaged to one of the Semi people, I believe. One of the Semi people is basically the king of the Semi people's daughter. And she seems very freaky, like sadistic and all that crap, to say the least. It's interesting also we should talk about the whole thing with Torvi and Bjorn. You know, to begin the episode, we have Bjorn saying to Hafton that, you know, he doesn't really consider Kaget really a home anymore. You know, he doesn't really love Torvi anymore. And that she should have figured that out. That she should have, at least she should have seen, how can I put this? She should have figured that he didn't when he didn't come back after the Great Heathen Army defeated England. In regards to that, we had this conversation where she said, you know what? I know it's over between us, but promise to take care of your children. Guthrum, all of them, etc. He says, I will always take care of my children. So he gave her this gift. After that, she cries. She leaves off. And we have this interesting thing which we'd heard in Ube, in which Ube is being very nice and cautious and very kind to her. And they have a kiss. And ironically, Margaret sees the kiss. So after that, we have Margaret basically let her plans be known with Ube, saying that essentially, when it comes to the Civil War that's coming, Ube should just let Ivar and Vista kill Bjorn. Because with Bjorn out the way, Ube is the eldest brother. And then by him being the eldest brother, he will officially rule Kattegat. And since she's married to Ube, that will make her queen. And wouldn't that be something for a slave to rise from being, you know, that low of a status, you know, to queen? And we have Ube thinking about that, you know, and all that stuff. So we also had a very interesting scene in regards to, you know, Ivar as well as Bishop Hegman when they're playing the chess game. Now, in the series, we know how well of a strategist Ivar is, but it seems though his equals always seem to be either Bishop Hegman or King Alfred, or like Prince Alfred at this point. So Bishop Hegman's really giving Alfred some problems right here. And he mentions to Alfred that, when he mentions to Ivar, that he thinks it's stupid if they try to attack within Kattegat. They should do something different. He talks about how this is all a part of God's plan, the only reason why he decided to fight with the Northmen in the first place. And then we had this interesting conversation, you know, between Visick and Hegman about the concept of free will or fate. You know, fate's basically like no matter what you do, it's going to happen. Their free will is like you have the opportunity to choose what lane you go in, what path you follow, and everything that comes with it. So we have Visick sort of wondering to himself that it's very interesting hearing Hegman's perspective about how regardless it's his fate, well, it's his free will that he's fighting with Ivar, and it's a part of a bigger plan. But he also, Visick says essentially that it makes him wonder when he decided to join Ivar, was it fate, or was this strictly Visick exercising his own free will? And Ivar sort of gave him a look after that, like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? So after that, we have this scene with Ivar and Bishop Hegman as they're looking at the full moon. And they're talking about loyalty and all that stuff. And Ivar doesn't really trust Hegman. He feels like he's going to betray him. Hegman's like, trying to reassure him, saying, hey, I am the one, Ivar. You could trust me. And Ivar's like, if only that was true. Ivar said he wished he lived in a world in which people didn't lie, compromise, or betray each other over the silliest things or the most mundane things. He wished everyone just essentially just told the truth and was honest, you know, in general, instead of all the betrayal and all that stuff. And he basically tells Hegman, we'll see if you're about that life and you're actually going to be honest and fight with me and don't plan to screw me over. You know? Besides that, honestly, I'm trying to think of what else happened in the episode that was very monumental. Oh, Alfred when Alfred went to Lindisfarne, I really enjoyed those scenes because from the Alfred we see from season 1, episode 1, him being sickly and weak, literally going on death's door, or being on death's door, to him being so full of confidence, so full of himself, especially when he went to Lindisfarne, he's talking about his father, talking about how basically in the world that no one is completely good and no one's completely evil. Everyone got their devils, everyone got their demons. He talks about how, in regards to his father, Athelstan, that he was an apostle, I believe, or a apostle, something along the lines of someone basically who was with the Christian faith. And we all know when after he came back, he was really totally for the pagan faith. We really wasn't totally for the pagan faith, but he was with it for so freaking long. You know what I mean? The fact that he was crucified, and the guy was really getting at Athelstan about that, one of the bishops in the monastery. But basically, Alfred's like, hey, he rose from the dead. Essentially, he escaped, he made his penance, and he did what he had to do. He was still a good and kind and gracious man. And I believe he showed the guy the cross that his father held and that Ragnar gave him. But he was quick to not to say that he was actually the son of Athelstan. But he did make note that Ragnar did give him that cross. And the guy was like, oh my God, Ragnar was the devil. And once again, like I said before, Alfred was kind of indifferent, saying, everyone's devil, good, all that crap. And I really love the scene when he says basically that, I want to be like you, Father, and I think I will as my journey goes on, but I don't want to be completely like you. I can't be humble like you. Basically, he's like, I can't be the peace-loving priest that you wanted to be. I have to be the warrior. I have to do what I have to do. And I love how when he did the Lord's Prayer, how while he did it, you could hear Athelstan's voice in the background, and how that coincided with the end of the episode with everyone and kind of get preparing for war. It was like the perfect montage to end that episode before we get full battle next week. And to be honest with you guys, I literally thought the battle was going to happen like during season 5, episode 10. I didn't expect it to come this early, but I'm looking forward to it. So thank you guys for watching. If I missed anything important, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure to address it in a future video. Thank you guys for watching. Adios.